Pax Christi, Nigerian Catholics. A video of Bishop Godfrey Igbobuike Onah surfaced online from the Catholic Diocese of Nsukka, explaining what the oil of catechumen and the oil of chrism does to the Catholic Christian. You would know by now that what Godfrey Onah is to the southeast is what Bishop Matthew Kuka is to the northern part of the country. Now, those who know Bishop Godfrey Onah can testify that he is a no-nonsense bishop, and he is totally against the business of selling what is called extra virgin olive oils in his diocese and across the southeastern part of the country.
Onye mere baptism na nete ude nsọ ugboro oil of the catechumens and oil of chrism, and ete chrism na ga bụ nwa Christ maka na chrism bụ anointed person, Christos Messiah ugboro imekono confirm etekwo megi ọzọ chrism ọzọ doo gị ike. And once etere gị mmanụ ahụ na baptism na confirmation, a ga-esuche ya esuche. Njọ ọgụ nwere ike nyachite ya pọtị, but once marli ime njọ ije na sacrament nke penance, fada sị gị mụwazị na tọrapụ gị na njọ gị n'aha Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ n'ike Jesu nyere ya through the bishop. Ịpọtị ahụ ejiri techi mmanụ Jesu tere gị mgbe mere gị anoint. Sasha ozugbo ịnara oriri dị asọ ọgụnamụ keshiga ọkọ. Eucharistia dị asọ bụ sakrament na-erute n'onwe ya n'ezie na arụ na mee na mkpụrụ obi na ịbụ Chukwu nke dị nwe Jesu Kristi dị n'ụdị achịcha na amanya. Ma ife oriri dị asọ n'abalị anyị bụ ọ na-ewedebe anyị nso na Jesu Kristi, na-abawanye ndụ nke gracia n'ime mkpụrụ obi anyị. Ịnata ya n'ọkwa gracia, nwa bi ga na-amakpọchi Chukwu ekwensu enya. Otuto dịrị Jesu.
So what Pope Francis has been doing in the entire church is what Bishop Onah has set out to do in his diocese, which is to totally sanitize the church and free it from those who are out to make money in the name of serving the people of God. So in this video, Bishop Onah was explaining what he termed the first battle he fought, which was about sacred oils. That was the first battle he fought the moment he became bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Nsukka. And of course, a lot of people came out for him. Some were against what he said, some were for. But the important fact is no one is allowed to anoint himself or herself with what we know as extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil is actually meant for cooking. Nowhere in the church's laws does this oil appear as what should be used by anybody, especially the lay faithful, to anoint themselves with.
Nobody anoints himself or herself in the Bible. Moses anointed Aaron. Aaron and his sons anointed others. The prophets anointed the kings. And when Christ came, the anointed one, there was no higher priest to anoint him. Nobody anoints himself. Gabaheje gute manu abule manu hesigono of extra virgin olive oil. Ni bia buri enenkpo iwoli me fada meme ka nwa gozi me no gaba anointing oil. Obe homba na eme ka gozi ememe te ka nwa ja gozi holy water boga bụ command sacred oil. Boshina onye omu woru host bia kutere gị na sacristy sigo gozi me ni ma oburu communion. Nsendo Father, this abuse must stop. That is what the people want. Hey, of what the people want.
Reacting to the video, this was what a certain Idoko had to say. The Catholic Church has their way of doing things, and as a bishop, he can't keep quiet and watch when things are going out of the Catholic traditions. I remember a few years ago, I was deployed to work with His Eminence Cardinal Francis Arinze when he came to Nigeria for holidays. After morning mass, I took olive oil to him for a blessing. He laughed uncontrollably. He said to me, "My son, I used this oil to cook my yam, not for prayers." He asked me to go and bring salt and water, not oil.
It is not right. Hey, bishop, at a point, they sent me a text message. Bishop, I don't know what you call yourself, but we will attack you physically and spiritually. May I say have a Catholic too? I'm not in the men since 2013. One day, one of them sent me a text. Now you have taken away what we use in training our children in school. Schools will reopen. Where shall we get our money?
Archdiocese of Lagos banned some liturgy-related practices. In the June 2024 circular, Archbishop Adewale Martins restated 16 liturgy-related practices banned in the Archdiocese of Lagos. Here they are. 1. Issuing of account numbers, apart from the hosting parish account, to which monies shall be paid for any purpose is prohibited. 2. Selling of items such as candles, oil, salt, mustard seed, handkerchief, etc. 3. Indiscriminate use of sacramentals/oils during such programs. 4. Distribution of personal envelopes/forms for prayer requests with any amount of cash to be enclosed. 5. Using of formulas and books that are not approved by the Church for blessing of various sacramentals. 6. Asking people to perform or carry out any profane exercise and/or rituals that are fetish in appearance. 7. Blessing of items that are not religious articles such as crude oil, back-to-sender oil, coconut oil, etc. 8. Disrespect for the Blessed Sacrament in the form of dancing to traditional drum beats in full vestments, walking along the aisles with the monstrance or carrying it with one hand with the other holding a microphone, etc. 9. Requesting the people of God to throw money onto the sanctuary. 10. Inviting people unto the sanctuary during fundraising and launching. 11. Unnecessarily keeping people very late in the church. 12. Soliciting for money for oneself, for private project or requesting for gifts, cars, and other accessories. People should give voluntarily. 13. Celebrating Mass or exposing the Blessed Sacrament in private homes. 14. Celebrating baptism and other sacraments in private homes. 15. Organizing so-called harvest and bazaar in private homes, event centers or hotels, etc. 16. Invited priests bringing along the so-called intercessors or ministers, i.e., lay persons meant to perform functions and brought along on the entourage of such priests. If there is any need, members of prayer groups in such parishes should be engaged.
If you want to found your own church, go and find your own church. We have churches everywhere now.
The right approach is always the right approach. Listen to the words of Father Oluoma and picture in your mind who he might be referring to in this message.
I see another church is singing. When I look at my bank, there is another church that is singing. When I look at my front, I see many churches singing. I have seen. They are rising up many churches. Glory be to God. Glory be to Jesus. We are surrounded by churches everywhere now. Look at church, they look at church. Have you seen me coming to cry and this thing? No. But if you are a Catholic, it's either you are a Catholic or you are not a Catholic. If you feel that you are gifted so much and the church is not conducive for you to use those gifts as the church regulates, do what? Go and do what? Found your own church. Shikena. It's as simple as that. Find your own church. So you can't be running a Catholic ministry against the instructions of Catholic authorities. No authorization. No. That is from a legal, so to say, rational point of view. Then now let's go biblical. I'm saying this whether it's priests. I hope you know many priests were running flourishing ministries until the bishop told them to do what? Close them down. And they did what? They obeyed and did what? And closed them down. Some of you don't know there were some priests. I will not mention them. Some of us were not even born then. They were running flourishing ministries. And the church said close down. No. They did. Some of them regretted at the end of their lives. They ran a flourishing, successful ministry, but at the end of their lives, some of them regretted. Because, don't play with obedience. The Bible says in 1 Samuel 15, obedience is what? Better than sacrifice. The Bible says it was through the disobedience of one man that sin came into the world, and through sin, death. And now, through the obedience of one man, Jesus Christ, all creation is restored. You don't play with obedience. Everything even about God begins with us is about obedience. The Bible says in Hebrews that though he was son, he learned to obey through what? Through suffering. I am not saying because it is easy. I know the pains of obedience, that I as a full-grown man pledged my obedience to another man who probably just know me by age called my bishop, because it's my bishop. The number one reason I'm here with you in this Gedina is because of what? Obedience. You think with all the parishes in Abuja, if I'm told to select you here to come, I will come here. Would I choose to be here? Are you at my age? I'm 19 years this year, 19 years a priest. 19 years. Yes, some of you don't know. Then I will choose to come to Gedina. No, now. Anyadukwamumma. Mesama no de. Gariki no de. Asokono no de. Life camp no de. Guaripa no de. Then I'll come to Gedina. The number one reason I'm here, so anything you are enjoying or you're getting from my priestly ministry is because of obedience. So you can't say you're a Catholic and you're running a ministry or a program or something against the authority and authorization of the relevant church authority.